La 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 la. Welcome to the Cloud Brothers.
Me, 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 me.
Your old hag department.
Yeah.
And we'd
Are you
like to
actually
thank
recording?
you. Yeah, we'd like to thank you
Okay, cool.
for 73 subscribers. We've gone up
Yeah.
14 subscribers in the last 28 days or so, and that's pretty
So,
cool. And everybody's
so what?
valuable. This is a pretty niche channel. Our videos are not for everybody, and if you
Yeah.
don't like it, leave a mean comment and move on.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there we go.
let's go over that. Somebody called us old hags.
Yeah, old
Use this
hags
video.
use this video. I deleted the
Yeah.
comment, but Scott thinks I should.
Yeah,
I should keep it.
We
But
should leave. We
oh,
should leave it.
oh,
And it just reminds me of. It just reminds me of the Count of Monte Cristo, where there's some guy talking about somebody, and he goes, "My dad tells me that you're a spectacular failure," and the guy goes, "That's right. I am spectacular."
that's right. I am old and beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. What that has to do with the price of tea somewhere, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's we're just it's banter. We're doing
Banter,
it for the
yes.
cloud.
All good. And I did tell you I shouldn't say Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan
Who
puts
cares?
his, he advertises on his haters' channels. He finds all the hateful comments and then goes and finds their channels and then advertises on them, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, he is a comedian.
I found this thing on LinkedIn. I think last week or something.
DevOpsCube.com.
DevOpsCube.com. Put the link in the description.
Yes,
a couple
sir.
of shares
I
on
will
our
do that.
LinkedIn. And I went over it and it was fairly comprehensive. And since this is basically the goal of what we're trying to do, I thought it would be useful to go over this and see what we think, comments. So it's just basically a reaction video to.
All right. So we're going to go through this video, or website, I mean, and I'm not sure what it's made of. I haven't been on this much. I've just seen the splash page. No, it's okay.
Yeah, I've scanned it, and that's why I brought it up. But I haven't got into it with detail.
Am I supposed to click on this or just read it?
No, you scroll down.
Okay. So in this comprehensive guide, I shared my DevOps engineer experiences in different organizations and tips to become. It says by Bibin Wilson. It says when did they write it?
Yeah.
Oh, September 8th, 2022. So just a week ago.
Yeah.
So it's a good reaction video. It's timely
Yeah.
because today is September. I just think I said that September 15th. Anyway, as for the current IT market, the DevOps domain is one of the best options for IT folks' salary and career growth. One common question is, how do I become a DevOps engineer? And many people argue, including me, that there is nothing like a DevOps engineer or DevOps team because it's not a thing. However, in the industry now got used to the term DevOps engineer, and as long as you understand the DevOps philosophy, these titles don't matter much. Towards the end of the article,
They call me a cloud engineer. So I agree and disagree, but DevOps is the marketing term that's stuck.
So here's the different teams of DevOps engineer. There are many misconceptions about what DevOps really means. One such misconception is automation is DevOps.
No,
It's a weird thing to say.
absolutely not.
I agree. Developing skills related to infrastructure automation is not enough to become a DevOps engineer. Wikipedia says DevOps, a quick compound of development and operations, is a culture, movement, or practice that emphasizes collaboration and communication of both software developers and other information technology professionals while automating the process of software delivery and infrastructure changes. That seems like a pretty comprehensive explanation. What do you think about that?
One of the best. That's one of the best concise ones I've heard, because if you ask 10 DevOps engineers or cloud engineers what DevOps is, you'll get 12 different answers. So this is very good.
Yeah, let's make that a little bigger anyway. From the above definition, it's clear DevOps is not about any tools or techs. It is a philosophy for making IT teams, devs, platform teams, QA, performance, etc., work together to deliver better, faster results through continuous feedback. Here's an interesting trend graph showing DevOps popularity in the last 5 years. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
And I started learning right about here.
Yeah, I think I started working in I can't see the number.
What's the first number? The bottom one
2018. Yeah, so I started right there. I started 2017.
Oh, you started like here-ish?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, I guess, of this graph.
Yeah, basically.
So that's searches per month growth, 203% in 5 years. So here's a table of content that you can go through. Who is, how to become, understand the culture, learn about Starnix systems.
Linux, Unix.
Oh, Linux. Oh, I see. Learn how infrastructure components get certified on cloud. Oh, I've done that. Learn infrastructure automation, containers, etc. Service mesh. I think that was it when we had Kevin Teague on.
Yeah.
That we did service mesh.
And that's the container Kubernetes stuff. The service mesh. Yes.
Yeah, we were using that Sigwin and 64. That was cool. Understand security practices, DevSecOps, coding, scripting, Git. Understand end-to-end delivery, DevOps versus SRE. That was a question that I was just thinking about. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, it just happened.
You got to pop up.
Let's go back way up because I scrolled way down by accident. Here we are. So, is that right? Oh, no, I went way down.
Yeah, this is
DevOps
long.
versus SRE. So DevOps versus SRE is site reliability engineering, which I had applied for a job at, I think it's called TaskTalk. Different types of DevOps teams, DevOps engineer FAQs, read DevOps blogs, document your learnings and conclusion. So we're not going to go through all this.
No, it's fairly long.
Yeah, so we'll go through this. It's who is a DevOps engineer? Someone who has a good understanding of systems, automation tools, CI tools, so that continuous integration, virtual control systems, monitoring, observability, networking experience, and using project management software.
Version.
Yeah, CI/CD pipeline. Yeah, this is a good thing to go through. Here's how to become. You must understand the fact that DevOps is not specific to developers.
Correct. Yeah. I'm not a developer.
It's for anyone passionate about evolving practices and technologies and willing to work in a collaborative environment where everything is automated. Right. So what I was talking about earlier before we started recording about soft skills, that's kind of what I was, I think that's what the intention of that video I watched. Where she was saying that the soft skills they want to know if you can work on a team and get along with people.
Both.
So
can you work independently and can you work on a team and collaborate with others? 100%.
The best technical people in the world, like the smartest developer, the smartest technician, the smartest engineer, if they can't work on a team and they can only work by themselves, then they're not going to do very well in this environment. That's the point. And obviously, being able to do both is ideal. Like me or you, we can both do that. So that's really important to know, I think, from what I've learned about it. Because you can imagine, why would GitHub exist if nobody collaborated?
Yeah, exactly. Right? And there's the Cowboys are not really well liked by other people, and I'm not the best engineer, but I'm a good engineer.
Yeah,
and I can get along with people.
Well, you remember back when we were doing that martial art, and that professor would be like, "I'm an excellent beginner."
Yeah,
right.
That's part of mastery.
Yeah, it's the idea, and he meant it, and it's true. There should not be any blaming culture between different IT talent. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, look at them getting along.
Look at everybody. This is exactly what happens in my work every day.
Ideally, My
This
workplace is pretty small. It's like
so I was
that
going to
right now.
say, all of these things are ideals that you work towards.
Certainly.
You don't always accomplish this, but uh, it's the goal. It's what you're trying to get to.
That's a thought that counts. Well, no, it's true. My work right now, where I work, which isn't exactly DevOps, but we are operations and doing technical
But has it,
support.
so
So
they will
you,
probably. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
you are. Just give me a second. Hold the thought, please. So there's 3 people in my team right now that I work in. So they kind of, we kind of look like this, and then,
Mm-hmm.
but if we're doing the blame game, like the regional sales managers are screwing something up, the warehouse guy did something instead of go, like, so we have a problem, we put our heads together and try to fix it, and incorporate those people I just mentioned, warehouse sales managers, other types of managers, customer service, in order to solve the problem, because the problem is what matters. So that's kind of what these
Yeah.
people look like they're trying to do, is my point. And
Yeah. One of
the
the
team I work
my
on does
my
that well right now. That's all I'm saying.
yeah my probably further down in here. I'm sure there's going to be something about agile methodology.
Oh,
And
certainly.
agile methodology doesn't necessarily have to be technical. You can use agile in making cars or soup or whatever.
Manufacturing.
The manufacturing, yeah,
Yep.
that's where it came from, actually.
Yep. And then look at this. So if you're a DevOps engineer, never say, and that's not in my vocabulary, I never say that. It's not my job to refill the coffee maker for the coffee that I drink every morning.
Yeah,
No, but but it's nice. You do that, and then the next person doesn't have to do it. But anyway, see what I can do to help.
yeah, that one.
Yeah. If you're a fresher, what? I don't get this.
This means if you're new to the industry.
Understanding cultural aspects is challenging. Oh, cultural, like IT culture,
Yeah,
DevOps culture. I get it. So my advice would be to focus on core IT fundamentals. So, like, yeah, that makes sense.
that's good advice right there.
It is, eh?
Yes,
Understanding culture is challenging because it comes, oh, because you need to develop the experience.
correct,
And then the advice would be focus on this, like, try and do your job
correct.
well.
Yeah, like OS networking and programming is the job.
Yeah.
Those 3 things are the job. So
Yep.
learning new operating systems like Linux Mint or Linux,
Yep. Learning that.
understanding how networking works, which I think you do have a lot
Oh yeah,
from
I'm getting pretty far on that.
uh, and programming, which you have a level 2.
Yeah, I've been doing I've been doing a Terraform course and a Python course recently. So I've done a
Yeah,
Python course before. JavaScript I did like a full course on, and yeah, Python's my next 2 things. Terraform and Python are my. I'm looking to get
Python's Py-
certified in that Terraform, because why not? I'd like getting certified.
yeah, maybe we can both do that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's been on my radar for a while.
Okay, so IT leader decision making is mentored on DevOps cultural aspects before getting into DevOps tool sets, which avoids lots of confusion. It usually doesn't happen, and they end up having a DevOps team for operations, which again ends up in a siloed structure. Oh, it makes
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's not good. People would stop hiding the truth and stop blaming others for project issues once they understand that an issue in the project delivery has to be addressed in a collaborative manner rather than pointing fingers. For example, a blameless post-mortem. That's important for any business, I find.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's exactly what I was saying before. Is these are not just technical things.
yeah, absolutely. Just like, okay, something went wrong. There is a fatal mistake. How do we fix it? Let's go. You would stop saying that CI/CD and infrastructure automation is DevOps once you understand the DevOps culture. I would suggest read the State of the DevOps Report by Puppet, a must-read for DevOps reports for engineers and leaders. Oh yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got. So if you go through this, he's got. It's linked. Oh, the
So
Phoenix Project.
my recommendation for the Phoenix project, I have the book, I have the Kindle, and I have the audio. So
Okay.
um, my recommendation for the Phoenix project is to get it on Audible.
Yeah.
Because it's this.
Okay.
As it's a story, it's basically, what do they call that? An allegory, or
Yep.
they tell a story.
Yep. Yep.
Tell
man.
a story, a learning story.
Okay.
I think, my opinion, Phoenix Project is foundational knowledge for anybody that has anything to do with cloud. Phoenix Project should be on your shelf somewhere, and you should have read it, listened to it, or yeah, love the Phoenix Project.
All right. Cool. We're in an era where we cannot live without Linux Unix systems. That's also something I've been working on heavily. You should get a better understanding and working knowledge of various Linux distributions, highly organized by all these things. As per the Linux Foundation case study, 90% of the public cloud workload runs on Linux.
Yeah, this is why you need to learn Linux.
Yeah, and
we don't use Windows.
Did I ever learn Linux the other day? I learned it. It's funny though. Like, I made a fatal mistake.
That's how you learn.
And it's great. Honestly, I was excited.
I installed Linux back in the day so many times because I screwed it up. So welcome to the club.
Yeah, I messed up. The truth of the matter is, I destroyed Ubuntu and then reinstalled Linux Mint because I like Linux Mint because I've used it before. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I like the application manager in it as well. So
yeah, most of the time you won't be using GUI. You'll just be logging into the shell.
It was just
important to use the shell.
Absolutely, I was using the shell a lot because I'm using it for doing Terraform.
The courses.
But I when I'm just saying, like, when I did it, application manager. So like, I want Discord, I want OBS, I just want this. I just want to download. That's why I like the application manager. But for doing Terraform, I'm in the shell and I'm downloading stuff and installing it in the shell just to learn, and for doing Python,
I like Linux Mint.
Great.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I really like it too. I like the logo, and I think it comes from Ireland originally, but I learned about it from Pat Holmes. Big.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very important chart. Obviously, others 10%, and that's pretty crazy, right? Public cloud.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
Runs on
Linux. I'd like to know the source. I'd like to know the source of this.
The sources, trust me, bro.
Yeah, trust me, bro. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional.
It's probably true. Like, I can.
I'm sure he sourced it and just forgot.
Yeah, he did. He didn't cite it, or maybe he did. I have no idea. No hate at all. Just
no
making a joke. Here is another interesting study from Red Hat, which shows the different Linux distros used in the public cloud. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
yeah, Red Hat's the. I knew Red Hat was the dominant.
Yeah, because it's enterprise. Ubuntu is second. Oracle is third. What's this? SUSE?
SUSE.
Okay.
It's SUSE or SUSE. It's one of those ones like kubectl or kubectl. It's one of those ones.
Like Squeal servers?
Yeah, Squeal servers, yeah.
Debian, I know about CentOS, Amazon Linux.
Amazon Linux got 5% just because it's Amazon
EC2
Linux
instances.
EC2. Yeah, they have their own flavor of Linux, which I believe is based on CentOS, from what I've heard.
That today n equals 372. Now you have enough reasons why you should focus on Linux.
One of your teachers used to say focus a lot.
Yep, in that heavy Czech accent. You must focus. When it comes to Linux, it's
Right.
all terminal. GUI is less preferred in Nick's world. Get your hands dirty with the terminals of these systems. Yeah,
I think somebody said that.
we were using VirtualBox. I was using VirtualBox on this Windows machine we're making this recording on.
Yeah.
With which we're just doing because of the power of the graphics card. That's in it. Other because we were trying the Linux box earlier, but the graphics card isn't strong enough.
It's good. This is a good idea to save. So even though it's cheap, you learn. It's cheaper to learn when you're not paying by the hour.
Oh yes, sir. And so here we go. You can use Virtual Vagrant or AWS, GCP, Azure to spin up Linux servers. I have done this. I have done this. We just looked at Azure, but we didn't spin anything up, right? On this channel.
If you've done the first two, the Azure's, they just call it a virtual machine instead of a EC2 instance.
And yeah, GCP is it's pretty fun actually. I played with it a bit. I got an account and I enjoyed it. It was what I was trying to do, and I'm still doing. I'm trying to find a tutorial how to make a meal planner using Python to automate it. There's a tutorial on in Google Sheets, so it'll give you your recipes you need and tell you what groceries you need to buy a few days before, and it randomizes it. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool, but I haven't got it to work yet.
The funny thing about GCP and the funny thing about what you said is if you had gone into GCP without your AWS knowledge, you would have been completely lost.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, oh, this is like this. This is like this. This is my I am role, but it's just called something else.
Yeah, because I started on GCP without any knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Going.
Okay, so you can start with the following: booting process. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, this is an important. This is the list. This is the meat. This is like the climax of the story.
Yeah,
is the reason I thought that this would be a useful thing to go over. Is these are all the things that I've been saying, but unstructured and just as they come up in my brain. And this is a comprehensive list of everything you should learn to become a DevOps engineer in 2022.
Certainly.
So understanding the boot process, System D. System D is important, but some people hate on it, but whatever. You need to understand it because lots of people use it.
Of course.
Configuring web servers. We haven't done that yet, but that's next on our list. We're going to do WordPress. I think you've done Nginx.
I think we've done a fair amount of Apache and Nginx. Or I have.
Okay.
I don't know if we did it on stream or I don't remember. We've done so many. Learn how Linux processes work.
Processes work is very important.
Secure shell.
Learn how SSH works, very important. Different file systems, very important.
TPA.
How volumes work in Linux, very important. System logging, monitoring, troubleshooting, very important. SSL, TLS, TCP, UDP, FTP, SFTP. We don't really use FTP and SFTP that much anymore because of S3, but still should know what it is.
Well, yeah.
And SCP is being files over SSH.
These are
very anymore. Creating your own services. Creating dynamic websites.
We just said
load balancers, reverse proxies.
Host dynamic websites. Load balancers, reverse proxies, Nginx, HA proxy, understand each configuration, load balancing, learn to optimize Linux performance. Been doing that the last couple of days since my reinstall. Set up database, understands configuration, Postgres setup, break something.
Very important. Break something.
I did it.
Breaking things are a good thing.
You broke it? Good.
Yes. Great. You learned something.
And here's the resources. This is a great article Bibin wrote. Holy crow. So much information.
This I wish I had this when I started
Learn Linux in 5 days. I believe that's possible.
Partially, yeah.
Well, I mean,
The
you're not going to
basics.
memorize everything forever, but you'll be able to refer
Yeah.
to it, or look up
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
things you need.
So I don't have a Linux certification. I don't know a lot of people that have Linux certifications, but it is a thing if you're a certification person. What are these network? Oh,
should
these are
spend
all the
some time.
breakdowns of all the different
You should have a
things.
basic understanding. Like,
Yeah,
it's
high
so funny
availability.
as I become like more educated in the cloud and computers in general.
Yeah,
So I'm talking to people on the phone at work, going, "Well, you like a guy had his IP range on his computer is set to like up to 254,"
yeah,
and I go, you don't have enough, like your CIDR range is 1.
too small.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
you're trying to assign two, like you're trying to assign 2 IP addresses through DHCP server, and you only have 1 address available.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so
That's not going to work.
do you mind if I go into your laptop, sir, and lower that, or like lower the number so he gets a bigger
Yeah,
CIDR
yeah,
range? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And just that I have the knowledge is very, very useful.
Yeah,
Okay.
number 12 is where I live these days.
Number 12, IP4 and IP6
No,
protocols.
12's VPN.
Oh, 12. I was looking. Okay, yeah, sorry. Um,
I didn't say which 12.
yeah, if you look at, do I have IP6 available in my area? You'll find most places, unless you're in a office with Cisco.
Yeah, that's the weird part. When you do the what's my IP and they throw an IPv6 address at you, you're like, okay, what the hell's that at
Whoa.
first?
Yeah.
And then you learn about it.
And then all the stuff we should know about, and I do.
Yeah,
High
this is
availability.
all part of your certification too.
Like,
I don't think we need to-
obviously, security, SSL, get certified on cloud.
Yeah, this is the other part of why I thought this was good. Is yeah, they're the gorillas in the room.
Yeah, where does AWS
don't-
sit? Wherever they want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
what I find really
really
funny though, it's Google Cloud CP.
That's odd. You would expect it to be
yeah.
like, I don't know, I'd expect it to be higher, but I
Just
believe this.
for whatever reason, Amazon's marketing or the product or whatever, ease of use, marketing, just customer delivery, just their, I don't know. I don't know why.
I think a lot. I think a couple of things in my opinion from what I've seen is that is their certification process. If someone's got these badges that are behind us here, that they know what they're doing. They're very, very likely to be useful because they're not easy, and
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, it's weird. It's hard to pass those. I don't know. I can't speak to Azure certification or Google Cloud certification, or if the ones under those even have that. IBM probably does, but Oracle does for sure. Oracle has a lot of certification, but they're a pretty niche,
Oh, yeah. You want to
right?
hear a funny story?
Yes.
So Amazon has this thing called reInvent
Yeah.
every year. That's big
Yeah, I attended it one year.
event. I think
24.
40,000 people last year, or maybe 50,000 people last year. Something.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The first year they had they had like a competing Oracle event at the same time. Sending cabs over to the AWS event to get people to go to the Oracle event.
Yikes. Poor Oracle.
So Oracle is like a bad word in the AWS thing. They're like the Oracle.
It's pretty rude. It's like that corner gas when they mentioned the next town over.
Yeah.
One time I was standing there with an old girlfriend, and we were living in Manitoba. and somebody mentioned Saskatchewan, and her and I both went.
Yeah.
I love Saskatchewan. Just, but it
for me
was
now,
just,
it's Tim Hortons.
it was because of quarter gas, and we both did it, and it was just funny. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me now, it's Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons.
Yeah, but that's what just when I taste their coffee.
Yeah.
I
Or
had
any of their food or anything there.
I accidentally bought, like, most people know the story by now about McDonald's getting their old coffee because they fell asleep at the wheel, and I accidentally bought through my grocery order McCafe espresso beans.
Oh,
Espresso beans by mistake, and it is the best. I just make it Americano style, like just a drip coffee maker, and it is the best coffee I've ever had. But it makes me vibrate so fast I turn invisible for a few minutes after I drink it. Jeez, Jones. But anyway, let's keep looking here.
How much?
Speaking of reinvent. Well, no, we can just go through. Here's
we can skim the rest of it too.
Yeah, we skim.
People can read it.
Yeah,
we don't need to read the whole thing.
I'm not going to read it.
The people can read it.
Yeah, Udemy, AWS.
Oh yeah, Udemy. Yes,
did that. Okay, so there is a cert for these guys. AZ900, I guess that's their cert. Top funding. What are your top 3? Okay, just look at that chart. What's this? Oh, stuff for
that
dev.
was probably
Minikube.
automation stuff.
Interesting. Look at for infrastructure provisioning, preferable Terraform. CloudFormation is pretty good too. CLIs.
That's CloudFormation for AWS because it's specific.
For the CLI, Terraform is cloud agnostic, which is probably why it's preferable. Here's all this stuff.
Packer. We should do a Packer video one day.
Actually, that's a good idea.
I've become a bit of a Packer expert, not because I wanted to.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Containers, distributed systems, and service mesh. Kubernetes runs in 45% of container environments. Wow, 10-point increase in 1 year.
Yeah, we know.
Where
does Kubernetes sit? Wherever it wants.
Yeah, exactly. The following image shows a 5-year increase in trends for Kubernetes.
Yeah.
Fast, man. I'm just gonna service mesh as an advanced topic in the container space, which we have a video of someone doing service mesh. Maybe I'll put it right here when I'm editing later. There are many service mesh tools for CNSCFs. You can take a look and can link it to here. Oh yeah, look at Docker for the absolute beginner. Man, I can't believe how good this guy put this together. I'm really impressed.
Kudos.
I'm such a when did I turn into a nerd, Scott? This is your fault. I blame you.
8 years old. I think it's 8 years old.
Right.
There's a picture of you. There's a picture of you somewhere sitting with the old CRT with your white beater on, sitting there programming some shit.
That makes sense.
The only difference between me and you is nobody got my picture.
Yeah, fair enough. DevSecOps. Yeah, I programmed the video game I was playing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. Environment and data security. See, this is all Red Hat stuff. It just goes on and on. Sorry, it's just React. I'm not. Okay, I don't know about this stuff, but learning GitOps. Man, we could have for the Cloud Brothers channel just gone through this for the last week, and we kind of have done a lot of this stuff on.
Well, that's kind of why I thought it would be good. Is we've done parts of it. If you had a pie chart with all of the things that are listed in this thing, and you change the colors as we went off of them or as we checked them off. I don't think we have a large percentage. So there's a lot of stuff in here.
Well, yeah, how to get into DevOps here. FAQs, this is good. Here's an example. Yeah, look into this if you're looking for this. Scroll way down to the bottom. And you can kind of see it. Do DevOps need coding? It depends.
It helps.
Obviously.
You don't need to necessarily code, but you need to understand.
Yeah, and whenever I watch coding videos, the people always say, like, to be honest, most of coding is done by copying and pasting. But
Unfortunately, that's true.
but just because of preventing reinventing the wheel, but you have to know what to copy and paste because, like,
Yes, and cop and
you know how to find it.
my saying is, copy and pasting giveth, and copy and pasting taketh away.
I believe that. Yeah.
Because I've spent many days trying to find something that I copied and pasted that I didn't understand. To watch out for.
So this is sort of
Document your learnings.
We've been doing with this channel. You'll publish tutorials, learnings, and experience on your blog. It will help others create a personal brand for yourself. It takes less than 30 minutes to set up a WordPress blog or Medium blog or a YouTube channel if you want to do it.
Yeah.
You can share LinkedIn, D-Zone. I built a dev. Like, oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's a
I'd
good
love
one,
to hear
right?
your thoughts. Yeah, here's a picture of Bibin Wilson right here.
Might as well share it right now.
Bibin Wilson, an author, blogger, and DevOps practitioner. In his spare time, he loves to try out the latest open source technologies. He works as an associate technical architect. Also, the opinions expressed here are solely his own and do not express the opinions of his previous or current employer, nor the Cloud Brothers. But we appreciate your article, Mr. Wilson.
That's good.
Thanks for that. Thanks for making something we can react to. Yeah, that's great.
He does deserve Mr.
I am going to add that to my favorites right now. I'll put it in Cloud Brothers. Done. All right. I don't know. That's all we got for today. Is just talking about this article. I'll put it in the description below, and you should definitely go check it out if you're interested in becoming a DevOps engineer. Because as promised, it is a comprehensive guide with lots of links and. Wow, very impressive.
Oh, very impressed.
All right, thanks for watching the Cloud Brothers, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.